whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, does this sound a bit alarming to you? South Florida is sinking into the ocean.
Oh, no.
It's not really a good headline, is it? Scientists at the University of Miami is saying that as many as 35 coastal buildings are sinking from a condition known as subsidence. They say since 2016, they've marked out a bunch of different buildings, these 35 that have sunk anywhere from 2 to 8 centimeters.
Is this what happened with the Surfside?
They started this study because of Surfside, but that's not the reason why it collapsed. But its neighboring condo was sinking.
Oh.
They found. Some of the buildings that make up the 35 include the Trump International Beach Resort, the Ritz-Carlton Residence, and the Beach Club for the Four Seasons.
Oh.
I heard that Surfside incident really kind of made people get overly protective of how buildings should be structured, and there's some problems out there.
Well, yeah, there was it was cracking and there was leaking in the garage. Like, there were signs, but we just didn't know that these were signs that the building was about to fall. Now we know.
But there's buildings out there that are standing that they're going, all right, we need to repair these because they're not structurally sound.
How do you repair the underneath? Like, do you get under it? Like, what do you do?
You raise your HOA prices.
Oh, that sounds expensive.
Well, that is part of the issue that's going on right now. People that live in condos is they're realizing they need some repairs, and then they're throwing $30,000, $40,000, $5,000 expenditures at the residences, saying, all right, you guys got to pay to have this place fixed up.
I had these guys come out and raise my driveway. Overhaul is the name of their company, and they can put foam that expands under cement and level things out. Like, they take a level, they look at everything and they make sure it's exactly perfect. They raised a bridge in Jupiter using that spray foam that they put under concrete.
I mean, I heard about raising the roof, but raising a driveway?
They raised my driveway. They raise a bridge. They can raise, I bet you they can raise a house if they had to.
Yeah, well, you're talking about 70-story buildings, so I don't know if that foam would work.
Let me call him. Let me call my friend.
Yeah. You don't think the foam
Overhaul
would work on something like that?
Yeah, may not.
I'm going to ask.
Buildings in New York City are sinking as well by up to 1 to 4 millimeters per year, but not at the same rate that they are here in South Florida. Now, the scientists say that the sinking is not really the cause for alarm, but it could signal a higher flood risk for these buildings.
Huh.
I don't know if I buy that, but that's what the scientists say. Because I don't buy what the scientists say about the drones.
I know, right?
Yeah.
This story,
Are all the scientists just lying to us?
I can tell you this much. I think the government's lying to us.
Yeah, several people believe that, and this is what is problematic. It's not that we've got drones up there. We're not really sure who's flying them, but they are causing some issues, like at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio. They had to close their airspace for several hours because of drone activity.
Med Flight 8 Patterson Tower, use extreme caution for heavy UAS movement on the base. Security forces is handling the situation. Suggest at or above 1700 AGL.
That we will maintain 2000.
And I gotta keep the lights down so that security forces can see.
Dude, it's getting weird out there. This
it
is
is.
a very
Yes.
bizarre story, and it's really... People, I'm kind of sick of hearing it only being reported in New Jersey and New York. This is happening all over, not just those two states.
Did you see what Bethany Frankel from The Real Housewives of New York said?
I did see that. It was on TikTok, and it was Bethany Frankel, so I did have a credibility issue.
Yes. Well, apparently she has a friend that knows what these drones are doing.
These drones are ours, and that they could very possibly be sniffing out something very dangerous, some missing dangerous W from the war, and that areas that coincide with where the drones have been seen have spiked in radiation.
What?
It's starting to happen all over the
Chemical
world.
warfare?
But this is something that's been going on for a while, and we're just now getting all of this publicity about it. It's not just Jersey. It's not just New York. It has been happening all over the world, which is bizarre to me.
Well, what they're seeing in Jersey is there is such a high concentration of them, and so they're trying to find out, and they really just want the government to say, okay, do we know what it is, what's going on? Are they our drones? Are they somebody else's? If they are, do you know whose they are? And yesterday, President-elect Donald Trump was doing a press conference, and he talked about his thoughts on what the government knows.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it.
Well, they're trying to act like you're not seeing stuff out there, and that's annoying people. And I'm not even seeing these things, and it's annoying me. Don't tell people they're not seeing something. Something weird's going on out there. You're not giving any answers. You say it's not a threat, but then
It
you
feels
say you
like a
don't-
threat.
Well, then you don't. You say you don't know what it is, but then you say it's not a threat. Well, then those two things can't really make sense.
We're threatened because we're all freaking out. That's a threat.
Well, it's for just peace of mind for people, is hopefully they're going to get some drone detection technology up there. They'll be able to find out what some of these are, be able to say them. You know, they're just saying right now it's not them, and that they don't believe that they are a threat, and that a lot of the reports that they are getting are actually aircraft and very easily explained.
But that's what a lot of people are doing to twist it, too. They're saying, oh, you're just seeing planes and helicopters, which I do think is happening. But there's legitimately, there's some things going on that people can't explain right now.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. And is Bethany Frankel right? That is kind of the deep dive that some people believe that there's spiked radiation levels in some of those areas. The prevailing theory is that it might be a nuclear warhead that got loose when Ukraine kind of broke off from the Soviet Union, and some of those things are not accounted for, that maybe somebody was able to get a dirty bomb.
They're looking for something.
Yes.
Dirty bomb.
Yeah.
Don't
They don't
Google
want
it.
to panic the people. So,
This people is panicked.
yeah. So that's just some of the crazy hypotheses that are out there.
The problem is the less you say and the longer it goes on, this is where conspiracy theories are birthed, because
Yeah.
you're not giving us
They need
answers.
to fill the gap with some information, and hopefully they'll do that here in the next couple of days. Did you see they've raised $125,000 for Luigi Mangioni's legal defense now?
I did see that.
Yeah, their goal is to get to $500,000.
I think they'll do it. I mean, based upon just the love on TikTok alone,
Yeah.
people are tattooing his face on their body.
Right.
People love Luigi Mangione.
Now, the fundraiser states, we're not here to celebrate violence, but we do believe in the constitutional right of fair legal representation. Those who are managing the page claim to have a mailing address for Mangione and say that they're going to write to him directly to get him the funds for his defense. Kristen Blasey Lobato was awarded $34 million after serving 16 years in prison for a murder she did not commit. The Las Vegas jury also ordered detectives on the case to pay $10,000 each for fabricating evidence.
Whoa.
She was convicted of murdering Duran Bailey in 2001 when she was just 18, and even though Lobato's phone records and witness statements put her 170 miles away from the crime scene, that evidence was ultimately just disregarded in the case. She said, I have no idea what the rest of my life is going to look like.
Oh my gosh. How many years was she locked up?
She was locked up for 16 years.
Whoa.
And was awarded $34 million for that.
Dang.
A 23-year-old nurse at a hospital is accused of stealing one of their patients' checks and a credit card. You know, that kind of stuff will happen all the time. Here's a bit of the report.
It was the son of the patient who was very alert. He was handling his dad's finances, and he noticed that there were some checks made out to somebody with an unusual name. It was Trenton Duckworth.
Trenton Duckworth. That's what did him in. A goofy name like Trenton Duckworth.
Sounds like a fake
I'm not
character
buying that.
from DuckTales.
Duckworth. Ooh. There's a Lyft passenger that got arrested here in Florida after allegedly undressing the back of the car. The driver was giving the unnamed man a ride on December 7th when he heard a strange noise, and he turned around and saw the passenger taking off all of his clothing. Was sitting naked in his back seat.
That smells like meth to me, or some kind of bath salts.
Yeah.
Don't they get really hot and take off all their clothes?
Maybe it could be,
Yeah.
Well, the Lyft driver contacted Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd, who was on the case, and came and arrested the guy. He told Grady Judd's men that he got a little naked after having a feeling. He's now been charged with exposure of sexual organs.
Grady Judd will make a whole scene out of this thing.
Totally, and go viral.
He'll have props, a picture.
Yeah.
There'll be a pie chart.
A pointer.
Yes. It'll be beautiful.
Who would have known that the Christmas party for the staff at Buckingham Palace was such a rager? Apparently, a maid got arrested after a drunken brawl at their Christmas party.
Oh, damn. The Royals had a drunken brawl?
It was their staff.
Oh, I love it.
Yes. How
I am
about
all
that?
about British salty fist fights.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Daddy.
Oh, yeah. And this is a sweet story. During her school's Christmas event, 4-year-old Story grabbed the mic and delivered a little bit of an unexpected speech. They didn't think she was going to take the microphone, but here she went.
I am very proud of myself and all of my other friends inside my class. And my class is really sweet, except one little boy. And I need to tell you.
Except for one little boy. Oh, man.
I like that she was about to name him, but didn't name him.
Yes, right. We all want to know.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.